how are you? I know, you're great. The White House press secretary, his name is Sean Spicer. He has a bone to pick with none other than Dippin' Dots ice cream, obviously. The company which sports the slogan, the ice cream of the future. First attacked by Spicer back in 2010 when he tweeted, quote, "Dippin' Dots is not the ice cream of the future." Fearing that his point didn't quite hit home, Spicer again tweeted in 2011, quote, "I think I have said this before, but Dippin' Dots are not the ice cream of the future." Spicer continued his fight for ice cream justice by hitting the dots on Twitter all the way through 2015. Now, yesterday, the CEO of Dippin' Dots decided it's time to bury the frozen hatchet, sent a letter to Spicer proposing that they, quote, "connect the dots." Get it? Even offered to sponsor an ice cream social for the White House. Here to discuss when the hate will end and when Spicer will finally reveal what the ice cream of the future really is. The party panel is back. Julie Roginski, Evan Siegfried, and Lachlan Markay. Julie, where do you think this feud started?
What is this about?
I mean, Sean Spicer obviously knows the future. And he's got to be somewhat familiar with Dippin' Dots to make such bold statements.
You know, I think Fudgy the Whale and Cookie Puss have always been and will always continue to be the ice cream of the future.
Yeah.
As a Carvel girl myself.
I was going to say, those are East Coast treats
those
that
are East Coast
we were not
treats.
privy to in Oregon.
But my question is this. He's been, not question, my observation is this. He's been more consistent on his war on Dippin' Dots than he has been on his war on Hillary Clinton. It goes back further.
Yeah.
What is the Sean Spicer? I think the next press conference or the next press avail next tomorrow, some reporter has to ask, what is the origination of this hatred, this multi-year war that lasted longer than World War II? For at least on the American side, on Dippin' Dots.
And there are a lot of people who love Dippin' Dots. You know, they're available at theme parks. You can get banana split, and like one little dot will be banana, one will be strawberry, one will be chocolate, one will be vanilla, and those are quite satisfying. Is Spicer wrong?
Spicer is not only wrong, he's insulting to the entire ice cream community.
That's right.
He's got to go out and apologize publicly for his stance. Dippin' Dots are amazing. My only problem is that the Dippin' Dots CEO has not come out and come up with a plan to make it available to the people widespread. I can't get them in New York City unless I go to a Yankee game, and it's very frustrating.
Definitely right.
Bronx Zoo.
Yeah, but you have to go to these theme park-like facilities, these institutional gatheramas, in order to have some casual Dippin' Dots. Lachlan, last word on this.
If Dippin' Dots are the ice cream of the future, then I am proudly on the wrong side of history, and I say long live original cream-based ice cream. Dippin' Dots are garbage. They're a cup full of freezer burn, and I
actually agree with a bipartisan outstretched hand to Sean Spicer. I agree. Dippin' Dots are awful, and Sean Spicer is right.
You know what? If you're hungry and they're gluten-free, then you can count me in on your war. All right, when Spicer's war with ice cream inevitably brings about the apocalypse, the place to run for safety? It's Silicon Valley. Many tech titans who live there have reportedly been building underground bunkers, stockpiling vehicles and weapons. And one former product manager even buying a few acres on a private island in the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because apparently they are afraid that people will revolt once computers and robots take all of our jobs and we're forced to scrounge for morsels of rat meat. I think this is fascinating. I love survivalism. And, you know, at first I thought, oh, maybe these Silicon Valley billionaires are just scared of a Trump administration and they think that, you know, chaos and lawlessness are the next phase in our devolution. But no, they're worried about robots. They're really looking to the future. Do they have something here?
I mean, I just want to see the Alex Jones-esque, like, doomsday prepper ads on, you know, like Vox.com as Recline. Like, this is the only locally sourced quinoa that I have in my bunker. You know, that would just make my day. So I'm hoping that's what comes out of this.
That's delightful.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it at all. People moving to New Zealand, they're looking at old ICBM silos because they're somehow insulated, and the fascist zombies won't be able to get to these cream puffs?
Listen, this is a shot in the arm for the doomsday economy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really want to know, will Seamless still work for them? And when the apocalypse comes, we're going to see them marking their Facebook status to say, Joe Smith is marked as safe in the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. You know why you should be scared? Because they're the people creating the zombies. So they obviously know something the rest of us don't know. They're preparing for the robot and zombie apocalypse.
This is also...
They're the people making it. So frankly, we should all follow suit. This isn't some weirdo sitting there in his I don't know, bunker waiting for Armageddon to come.
This is the faction of society that sees we're going to live to 1,000 years old.
These are the faction of society that will be creating these zombies and these robots. So they obviously know what they're working on, so it's coming, it's imminent.
This sounds like Bernie Sanders right here.
Yes, not Bernie Sanders. It sounds like a Cassandra, like a
Julie, Evan, Lachlan, you guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.